All right, yeah. So I wanted to make this video because I've come into the habit of going on Reddit in the morning and just like reading these different rooms. Like I said in the previous video, I go on there. I've been going on lately, and I'm in these rooms like of people dating over 30, dead bedrooms, and femcels and incels. That's femcels and incels. That's a whole messed up situation. But and I ran across this one comment from this one woman. She said, I think she's 36. She said she was 36. She's recently divorced, whatever. And she said, she goes on dates with some men, and men make it very clear that they only like prefer to date women they prefer women in their 20s. And I would even venture off to say more women who are under 25. But some men, they have different requirements. These are just my specific requirements. I just don't date women over 25, 25ish. I say 26, definitely by 27 it's over. And I'll go into that later. But yeah, she said that women, that men pretty much specifically date women who are younger. And it's the same thing for women. Women like men who are older, and it comes down to that never ending. This is this is where the equality kind of plays out in a dating market. Where, okay, let's say a 27-year-old woman doesn't want to marry or have a kid with an 18-year-old man, 18-year-old boy slash man, because it's what we have to offer in relationships. When a man's 18, that's pretty much the lowest quality he'll ever be in the dating market, because he has no wisdom, he has no education, whether formal or informal, learning in life. He has no, he's pretty much not going to have any resources. All he's going to offer is a fucking, is sex. That's all he's going. That's literally all he can offer a woman. And to a woman, that's not, there's no resources to be gained out of only being offered sex. You see what I'm saying? So an 18-year-old guy to a 27-year-old woman is completely fucking useless. You see? And but on the flip side, a 27-year-old man to an 18-year-old woman, well, women see, because women are naturally wanted when they're 18. In those prime years of 16 to 25, they're naturally wanted. They literally can just sit down, walk in a room, and smile, and somebody's gonna want them. So that way works. You see what I'm saying? A 27-year-old man fucking a hot 18-year-old, getting her pregnant, and then wifing her up after she turns 21, 22, and just has her as a has her. That is far more logical. But see, like, the hard part for women, see, women really like they okay, women understand it, but they have a very difficult time living with it. The fact that when they hit that wall, they're just not worth what they will never be worth what they were before. And I've seen it so many times play out worldwide, man. And one thing I do feel bad for is one situation I feel bad for is, let's say, okay, now this is another situation. Let's say a 27-year-old guy gets with it, like, let's say an 18-year-old girl, impregnates her, blah, 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 pumps her up with kids, and then she starts hitting 30 and he starts hitting 40. Well, every woman is fully aware of this. They hit this moment where they look up and they see that they can't keep up with with the younger, newer models coming out every year. Because they just look better. They're cheaper to maintain relative to their culture. They're going to be cheaper to maintain. They're more moldable. They know how to they compromise more, because they're not built up with this 10-year history of what they like and what they don't like. Now they come and like, look, you got to do this type shit. So what happens is, when you get with a woman, or you're with a woman who's over 30, usually what will happen is this. Okay, either one, you're going to be a punk ass bitch and you're following her, or two, you're not going to be a punk ass bitch, but you're going to try, but you're going to, as a man, and trying to fix things, you're going to actively try to hype her head up into something she's not, and she knows it. So it really just kind of like ends up in this just huge, just negative ball of confusion, frustration, and confusion, and more confusion, because you're trying to tell this woman who's now hit the wall that she's worth more. And she knows she's not. It's no secret in her mind. But she says she wants you to tell her that, well, tell me I'm beautiful and tell me. And see, that whole tell me I'm beautiful phase, that just, if you pay attention to that shit and you try to do it, and I've watched men try it over and over again, and this is a no-win situation with a woman, okay? Because she knows she's not beautiful anymore. She knows it. But she wants you to tell her this shit. So when you tell her this, all this does is just reassure her that she's not beautiful anymore, because she had to tell you to tell her this. You see what I'm saying? Like, this is just a loss. Like, now I'm not saying you shouldn't love a woman for her personality. And I think you should, and see, this is where women don't really know how to fucking combat their own inevitable wall hitting. Is they still like you should love a person for what's on the inside. I completely get it. For the personality, their charm, their life habits, what they stand by in life. I'm completely a fan of that. But see, women, this is the shitty side of women exposing how truly shallow that they were from the fucking start. You see what I'm saying? Because they know what this was the whole time. Like, yes, you're going to look at a prettier girl, but you always know who you love, and you love that. And I'm truly a fan of, you should love the person. You should love the person on the inside. I mean, it's like driving a car. You may love your car. It could be a 2012 Sonata, but you always gonna look at a Ferrari. You always gonna look at a McLaren. Like, that's a nice fucking car, and you always gonna want to test drive it. But you gonna come back to that Sonata. You see what I'm saying? Like, because that Sonata fits you, or that Lincoln, or whatever the fuck. You see what I'm saying? Because it's more comfortable for you on an everyday basis. But see, what happens is women start pushing men away when that Sonata realizes it's not a Ferrari. It kind of gets mad about. Well, no, it gets mad about it because it's going to catch you looking at Ferraris and McLarens, and it'll slowly push you away from it indirectly, one way or another. This is why, like, when you get with these women over 30, like, they automatically fall down to being Hyundais when they hit over 30. It's nothing they can do about it. The most gangsterous Ferrari on the planet, the most gangsterous fucking whatever, high-end car is going to inevitably plummet to being a Sonata. And this is just, it's the inevitable fate. Now, the reasons why I say don't date a woman over 25 is okay, one, and I think I've gone into this before. See, there's a physical wall and a mental wall. The mental wall is approached right around 25 to 27. It starts. You see, that wall begins. It's like, oh, I realize I'm not in prime anymore. I'm not in prime area anymore. And see, once they realize that, that's when that wall initiation has started. Like, they can't, like, they know it is now happening. And it's just a downward spiral, every year, every month after that. It is what it is. And so she knows she has to either speed rush a family, speed rush a marriage, or speed rush a relationship to get to one of the two previous that I stated. And it's just that constant awkwardness on a date and talking to them that, like I said, it's like dealing with a 17-year-old man for a woman. Like, all he wants is to do is fucking fill this delusional dream in his head. And all women after 25 want is to get a family and children and fill this delusional dream in their head. So they're really birds of the same feather. They're birds of the same feather. They're wanting to fulfill this delusion in their head. So it makes them severely undesirable to any man or a woman who's worth something in their prime years. It makes them just disgusting. That's what it is. I'm fucking hungry, man. I got to eat. I'm gonna make a part two of this, hopefully.